Biden's new lockdowns? That's the focus of tonight's Angle. Are we about to face another lockdown? Another period of time where Americans feel like they can't travel? They can't even maybe go to work or see family? Well, not travel for pleasure anyway, only for essential activities. Remember, it was 2 years ago. Can you believe it? It was the COVID lockdowns, the foolish closures that had zero basis in science. But today, it's not a virus that may keep us from jumping in our cars and going anywhere we want. It's high gas prices and inflation caused by Joe Biden's suicidal green agenda. And like with COVID, they're asking you to sacrifice for the greater good.
Americans agree that they are willing to even sacrifice themselves by paying more at the pump.
They're okay paying higher prices if it means holding Russia accountable.
People at the pump who maybe can't even afford it saying, it's okay, though, if I have to pay more at the pump to help the Ukrainians.
Now, this should be no surprise to any of us, because for decades, Washington has been asking hardworking Americans to sacrifice for the politicians' awful policies. So sacrifice for wars in the Middle East, sacrifice because of the housing crisis, sacrifice for the pandemic, and now they're told to sacrifice for Ukraine and climate change. But the result's always the same. The government gets bigger, spends more, while the middle class ends up poorer and more despondent than they were before. Now, I'm old enough to remember when Democrats used to believe in things called hope and change. But now they pretty much dropped all that. With Democrats, all they've done to derail America, Biden's long, dark winter is turning into a painful spring. And next, he's going to bring us a sweltering, miserable summer, and Lord knows how depressing a fall it's going to be.
This war by Putin is not going to be costless. It's not going to be painless.
I think it's also true that the world needs to be prepared for a very long, difficult road ahead.
There will be cost as well here in the United States.
You know what the truth is? They believe the planet cannot sustain your standard of living, and most importantly, that you don't deserve your standard of living. They think it's high time that you, your kids, your grandkids, get used to living with less. This is all a rerun of the 1970s, when we were told we had to drive more slowly. We had to turn our thermostats down in the winter and up in the summer. And back then, Jimmy Carter blamed the energy crisis. But remember, there was no energy crisis. We had plenty of energy in the 70s, just like we have plenty of energy now. This crisis is self-inflicted, created by leaders who seem to be enjoying punishing Americans instead of serving them. And they certainly don't think that the people deserve answers to any questions about this.
Any comment on Saudi Arabia, Secretary?
Hey there, you can ask me the question.
The next meeting.
Hi, I'm the press secretary, so I can answer the question.
Is it time for more pipelines in the United States to help with the energy crisis?
She's the energy secretary and won't answer questions about Americans' concerns about energy. Think about that for a minute. But Biden and his puppet masters are going to use every bit of this Russia-Ukraine crisis to take your money and your freedom. This is going to happen through another massive expansion of government, I promise you. We're told now that we need to immediately spend, what, $14 billion and send that to Ukraine? But who believes it's going to stop there? Americans will always rush in to help those in need. That's what makes us so great. We're so compassionate and we're so generous. And I know so many of you are. You're donating right now. But we cannot let this horrific tragedy in Ukraine allow us to forget what matters most: preserving the American way of life. Remember what the flight attendants say before you take off? Secure your own oxygen mask before attempting to help others. Yet the left hopes that Americans, I think, kind of give up and give in and just accept a lower standard of living, the high gas prices. They're just going to be, that's the new normal. It's the cost of progress, people. It's a new way to virtue signal, living with less, and sometimes not having children. What am I talking about? Well, Raymond Arroyo went out to talk with folks in Virginia today. They're facing high gas prices there. We're going to show you more about this later, but listen to this.
I'm grateful I can work from home. I know I have some, friends who are seeing if their job will let them work from home maybe a couple more days a week, if not, just to kind of figure out those numbers. I'm grateful I don't have kids, so changes like this, the marginal change, it doesn't affect me so much.
Wearing the mask outside is always a tell. Well, this is called conditioning, priming you to believe that the old way, the whole, kids, just getting in your car and driving wherever you want, that was the wrong way, you selfish person. If you're truly compassionate, you will tolerate and even like high gas prices because it'll help the Ukrainians.
There is an understanding of that this is, in essence, a small price to pay, particularly if you look at what's going on in Ukraine and you put yourself in their shoes. That's a cost of defending freedom.
They want you to believe that this is all inevitable. The truth is, it isn't. None of it ever was. 3 years ago, we actually had a president in power who showed us that middle America is not consigned to inevitable decline. Wages were rising, and so was optimism. But the globalists hated that. They hated the fact that wages were going up for the blue-collar workers. They had to dump Trump because he showed that informed nationalism, patriotic nationalism, can lead to more prosperity and more freedom. That's better lives for everybody. Who wouldn't want that? This crowd, that's who.
To shape our common future in collective and constructive ways.
The recovery cannot be a mere restart. The reconstruction must be a transformation.
Every country, city, financial institution, and company needs to adopt credible plans for transition to net zero emissions by 2050.
You give up your private jet first, buddy. Well, Biden is answering to these people, the globalists, the Davos crowd, not to you and your concerns. That's not democracy. It's not the American way, and it's not acceptable. This is our country. It belongs to the American people, not international bureaucrats. The salaries of every single person in the Biden administration are paid for by you and by me. So going forward, the key issue for every voter should be this. Who will put your interests first? Who's going to work for you, your family, your hopes, your dreams? We know it's not Biden and the Democrats. But I think they're on the way out. I think they know that. The future belongs to political leaders who help Americans triumph, not delight in their suffering. And that's the angle.